for. This is Palantir Technologies Chief Executive Officer Alex Karp, and they were having like a shareholders meeting, and I want you to listen to what he said to the shareholders. Listen to this.
Alex, as always, we have a lot of individual investors on the line. Is there anything you'd like to say before we end the call?
We're doing it. We're doing it. And I'm sure you're enjoying this as much as I am. Let's not talk to analysts about the burden of being right, our burdens of investing in ontology, our burdens of actually looking at the math, the burden of reading what the rule of 40 is, the burden of being honest about what an enterprise software company is, or the burden of explaining to your friends that you're really happy. Maybe we should just stop talking about it. I'm very happy to have you along for the journey, and you are partners for us. Every Palantirian, we are crushing it. Everyone else who's listening, we are dedicating our company. We have dedicated our company to the service of the West and the United States of America, and we're super proud of the role we play, especially in places we can't talk about. And we love our success in the U.S. and globally. Also, we are doing in the United Kingdom and many other places. Palantir is here to disrupt and make the institutions we partner with the very best in the world, and when it's necessary, to scare enemies and on occasion kill them. And we hope you're in favor of that. We hope you're enjoying being a partner, and we're really happy and very, very focused on what we're doing. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. That concludes Q&A for today's call.
A lot of decisions when we began talking, annoying each other 10 years ago. Hopefully I'm annoying you as much as 10 years ago, or more. When I made this, yeah. Every decision Palantir made, FDAs, going public, building products, enterprise, large data sets, going to government, acknowledging American superiority, being pro-meritocracy, launching an AI platform, calling into question that AI models would actually be able to perform without orchestration. Every single one, our ontology, every single one of those was viewed as stupid.
Well, g'day tinfoilers. You would notice there's going to be a whole lot of cyber stuff appearing in the news. The Freemason Bible outlined World War III was before asteroids and ETs. The World War III we're going to have is going to be a cyber war. Klaus Schwab is all over the news with his fear-based psyops. And the Australian government gave Palantir a $500 million grant to do our cyber security. I searched for 15 minutes. I could not find that news story on the internet. Palantir is a CIA organisation of Ivy League hackers, and they're about to take over the world.
Pay insufficient attention to the frightening scenario of a comprehensive cyber attack, which would bring to a complete halt the power supply, transportation, hospital services, our society as a whole.
One of the videos from the World Economic Forum, the Davos crowd, the crazy finance ones, and there's evidence that Elon Musk created Palantir. When Elon Musk was running PayPal, they spun off Palantir from its software. So just like the founders of Google were plucked out of anonymity and put in place, and Zuckerberg was gifted the DARPA LifeLog by Regina Dugan. This is another example of the US oligarchs plucking out a German guy, German bloodlines, and sticking him to run Palantir, a nobody.
But the longer version was, on my father's side, they were from a part of Germany, it's not part, Bavaria, Switzerland, West Austria, Liechtenstein for about 1,000 years.
Whose idea was it?
It was Peter's idea.
Peter Thiel.
Peter Thiel, very famous, long-term friend of mine, much better known for being arguably the best inventor in the world, and co-founder of Palantir. He called me, and Peter's like, hey, I've got this great idea. We're going to take the back end that we used at PayPal to stop cyber criminals, and we're going to turn it into a product, and we're going to sell it to the intelligence services because obviously they could use the best software in the world.
What year was that? That's 20 years ago or so?
Yeah, that was rough. That was almost exactly 20 years ago because we actually then founded it a year later. So.
And did you say I'm not qualified to be the CEO of a company yet?
Well, I wasn't being asked to be CEO. Okay. I was asked to be co-founded. No, I tell people this all the time. When someone gives you a really interesting offer that sounds incredibly good, you just say yes. So I didn't say now I've hired thousands of people and sometimes I feel like they're getting, a chance to change the world, and they're like, well, what am I going to get paid? What are the benefits? And I think, when Peter asked me to co-found the company, I just said yes. Yes, period.
At the companies,
It wasn't like, what am I getting paid? What's my equity plan? What's it like? I was like, yes, I'm starting.
so
Period.
the company was designed
And I'm
to
going to think about it. I'm going to ask my ex-girlfriend.
So Palantir is another example of the US deep state oligarchs plucking out nobodies and putting them in charge of their PSYOP corporations. They did it with Google, they did it with Facebook. Palantir used PayPal software and got started right when Elon Musk bought back into it in 2000. And they gave it to a German bloodline guy with great hair and zero experience in the field, cause that's what they do. One of the warmongers who went in and oversaw the killing of civilians in Iraq, MP Kelly, retired. And he went deep state onto the payroll of a software firm. Look, we all know everyone hacks everybody. It's been going on for 20 years. And it was right after Australia got our asses spanked by China over some trade deals when we should have just shut up. But no, we had to go poke a hornet's nest for the US. Here it is. Another $1.6 billion for defense spending to go after hackers, and they tried to tie it to pedos. The hidden thing is there's new powers given to the AFP, so even more removal of our basic rights. And you can guarantee those billions will be spent with the software firm that MP Kelly is now working at.
Companies like Palantir, for example, effectively vectored Osama bin Laden's location. So these are companies and capabilities that we need to work with. Companies like Palantir, for example, started that way and now providing a massive $12 billion international effort on security issues.
God, I'm so sick and tired of contracts for deep state, dressed up as helping us. I'm so angry. I'm so over the bullshit, the setup of lies by rich white conservatives using war as the lie to get money. I cannot even type and comment on YouTube videos. They have blocked me and barred me from even typing on YouTube videos. My mouse is up the top right of the screen and the widget's open again. And the only way to do that is to have a mouse hover over the date timestamp in the left-hand corner, which means there has to be two mouse cursors on my computer when it's on. Mine I can see and one's invisible. So I've got really high level hacking going on.
Mayday! Mayday! I'm Space Ghost, and I am in some big danger. My plans were foolproof, but it started feeding on the rays. And then Moltar had a plan that never would have worked. I need a ship to rescue me. I'll be waiting for you out by the front gate. Thank you.
Nobody can hear you, Space Ghost. We've been off the air for 10 days.